What's up, guys? Big Cambodian holiday. I haven't had a whole lot of stuff, so I've been trying to compile some shit together to show you guys. Uh, First and foremost, this is a crazy comparison. Of course, you guys know about this guy here. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I made this guy. I just kind of use the same wheels as like the Super Gasser has. The only thing about these is they have chrome interior, which really bugs the shit out of me. I'm gonna leave that one probably like that just because, but you know, pretty drastic change just by doing that. But then I took and made the rusty one, and when you make something weathered like that, for some reason, it even seems like the scale looks even better and looks more realistic, like a Greenlight or Auto World or M2. If you look there, I got a broken piece of glass, all foggy and broken there. Haven't put the tail light tampos yet. That's just left over from the actual red that was on the car. But if you see there, I hand lettered the little class on there. And this thing, if you guys don't already know, look at the difference. Like it's it's crazy the difference in the two. Come here, get the zoom in together. That'd be awesome. It even just looks like a totally different car, not just because it's rusted. It's just crazy. But I've been looking at it since I made it, and I'm going to try to attempt to put the little moon eyes on those headlights. That's going to be a bitch. But being an artist, I got a bunch of shit behind me over here to do craziness. Of course, y'all know I did the little Pro Mad guy there. Bobby T, I hadn't forgot about you. I'm looking for a Pro Mad or a Nomad body because I had to use several things to make that, and I'm trying to find him one because he liked it. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. And these wheels, guys, if you're looking for period correct, just nasty, these back wheels are bigger than the one on the Super Gasser. Which reminds me, I I've had about 5 Super Gassers in my collection throughout since 2014 when I started collecting, and I've either traded or gave one away because somebody wanted it or whatever. But I've yet to crack one, and I still can't. So I just basically I took these wheels off of a maybe a Boulevard or a some kind of vintage Challenger. It was a white and green one. I can't remember exactly, but went ahead and made that one. So at least I do have a blue one that looks like the Super. Just can't crack that thing, man. I said a million times. I was telling Bobby that I was going to crack one because I had 3 at the time. Wound up giving him one because he gave me the Candy Striper. I felt bad he didn't have one, so I gave him one. I'm left with 2. One is going to a good buddy of mine on here that reached out to me, and that leaves 1, and I'm not going to crack that and just have my only one cracked. So, uh, also, a friend of mine hit me up and sent me a message. Sent me a message here. Let me see if I have the actual photo still. You guys will get a kick out of this. I was pretty excited. My friend sends me this and says, "Is this something you'd be interested in?" And I said, "Yes, it is. Could you give me 10 minutes?" And so she waited to bring the bin out until I got there. I've been having some financial issues. That's why I like KP. I haven't sent you your stuff yet, and a few other people. I'm working on it, but I had maybe, I think I was telling my wife I had like $2.25 of just spare money in my pocket. You know, I don't believe in hitting my wife up like, hey, I'm going to use the card to get this. I had a couple bucks on me. So I go over there, and the bin's fresh. We literally take the cardboard off the top of the bin together. And when we look down, the left side was maybe 6 or so cases of holiday cars that has the New Year's Carbonator and all the Purple Passion and all that shit. Not a huge fan of those. They're okay. There's been some cool ones throughout the times I've been collecting, but not a big collector of those. But on the other side was, I think it was 8 cases with that case code on it. So we open it up and we look down, and there's a case, how they come in the little stacks, knit closely together, laying there out of a box, just sitting there neat. Like you'd have figured dragging the pallet, unloading it, all that it would have fallen, but it didn't. And all that was sitting there, and this was just sitting on the box that the case came out of. That was just sitting there, and surprisingly, dead mint card. So by then, I think it was Pete that threw up a little image and said, while looking at a dump bin or whatever, going through a dump bin, and there was like sweat everywhere and stuff, and that shit's real. Like, you see that, and you just get all excited, and you start sweating and shit digging through. So I go through, and the second case, which I actually opened, the first case was already open. There it is, that guy. And so, got the twins, both dead mint. And guys, I call myself going to crack one of those. I've had several, my buddy Wayne and several other people have asked me, do you want to trade that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, because I'm trying my best to crack that thing, and it's an ongoing struggle. So anyway, there's that. And then my wife and my babies, we go to Walmart one day to pick something up. I can't even remember what it was. But we always look at the cars. And I'm not huge in the Maisto. But this thing right here is sick. Super duper sick. Cab over. And what's really cool, if you guys have followed me long enough, you know my real hot rod is a Mercury. This is a Starliner. The body style is really close with the fins on the back, the roof line. Just a bigger version of my car, but my grill is totally different than that. But this is actually a really nice car. A little bit out of 164 scale range, probably like a 155th or something. But either way, man, I mean, the truck itself is pretty nice when you throw a Hot Wheel on there. Pretty nice. Like I say, doubtfully you would have Steelies that big. They do make custom ones nowadays, but who am I to complain? This thing's really nice. And of course, if you don't know about these, they have the functional deal there. Find another one of these, not this particular one, just one of these that are cool. And you know how I do it, guys. I've got to rush shit out. But what I was saying about the big meats, it's this damn thing. It doesn't look like it. But when you take the body off of this thing, when it focuses worth of shit, and you take the body off of it, then it don't want to focus worth of shit. You know what it is anyway. It's the Peanut Rolling Thunder. Dude, this thing, Bobby had given me one, and I liked it because it's a Merc, and I liked it that it had the crazy little tires on it, and I saw the big slicks underneath, and I was like, that looks about the size of the original Gasser wheels, until I lifted it up and looked, and they're a lot more meaty. They look more like the Neat Streeter Heritage car, the black and green. They're meaty, beefy. The other ones that I found that were decent were the, let's see what this thing's called. This guy here, I bought this a couple of times, the Altered Ego. I do like Altereds, just not this one particularly, but the tires are perfect. I actually did the antifreeze colored one with the Altered Ego wheels. Sick, sick. One of my favorite gassers is that Heritage Edition one. But yeah, so there's that. Just giving you guys some tips that are new to the game, wheels to get, and this one, the ProMad, those rear wheels, it's not glued or screwed down yet. The rear wheels there are from the Close Encounters Retro, and those front wheels are the back wheels off of the little bread truck. What's that shit called? The bread box. Or the rears off the bread box. But anyhow, so I've showed a couple people. We got like a little group that keeps up with each other on Instagram, and I showed a couple of them this morning. We went, excuse me, guys. We went to Walmart and picked up a couple things, and the bin was still there that I found those supers in. I just looked just because we're already over there, and I already had one of these, I thought, but I picked up one anyway. And what I did here, if y'all don't know about this Aristorat, this thing's pretty nice. Basically, I discovered that this thing is a Porsche. The body is like an older Porsche looks like, and it has a rear motor and a belly pan, just like a Porsche or a V-Dub. But if you notice this thing in your package, you pick one up and look at it, the gas tank in front, the front spoiler, the rear spoiler, the bed, and the base are all this cheesy silver plastic that looks obviously plastic. So what I did is I took some gunmetal, I believe it is, engine enamel, high heat engine enamel, and you can't tell really with the camera, but painted all those parts. I even masked off there to where the roll cage is going in. I masked off the sides to where the body color is still the same, but the spoilers, brackets, and stuff are different, and the bed, of course. And I still haven't detailed this. I have to do this shit in between work, and I had to make some money today. The front wheels were nice and skinny, so I left them. And the rear wheels came off of a, sorry C3PO, I fucked you up like that, but I had one of these, and I just flipped to the black walls. Very few cars to me, when they got big meats on them, I won't leave the white wall on it. I just flipped them, but it makes them look a little meatier. Still low profile, but a little meatier without the white wall. But there's a couple other things about this I want to tell you guys that's pretty cool. One thing about it is the fact that, like I said, it's a Porsche. Come on. Which is highly unusual. But you guys know how I do things. I haven't weathered this yet. That purple, the camera doesn't show it any justice, but that purple on this thing is phenomenal. Come on. Yeah, if you look there, you can see where I masked off where the radiator shell would be on a normal car to butt up that gunmetal to the purple and that roll cage. But what's cool about this thing is when you take it apart, I haven't put button heads in it yet. When you take it apart, see if I can do this without breaking it. KP's Toys. Yeah. Yeah, see, I painted the base, Even even the inside I did gunmetal, and of course I put my ends on, made my axles and whatnot. But this is the exciting part of, if you haven't done this yet. It's got a bunch of individual pieces. It's like a little model kit, but you can see, like I said, I masked that off and painted that to where it would be a different body color. Just the smallest things like that add realism. And this thing was all silver, so I did it gunmetal. But what's really dope is I was showing a buddy of mine that he doesn't even customize. He collects little cars, but he doesn't customize them. I bring this in his room and he's tattooing. And I show him, I say, if you look in there, there's a fire extinguisher beside that seat. And then I show another friend, it's not a fire extinguisher, it's a rat with a wrench in the mouth. How fucking nutty is that? And you can't see it in the car because the roof's not open. So I almost considered, like a lot of cars, rat rods will have the roof, like the one Bobby made for me. The roof's cut open. I almost thought about doing that so that you could see that. But either way, I'm going to get some more of these. It's just something about this car that's really cool. But I'm going to get a couple of those, and I'm actually going to cut the rat. It's going to be really hard to get it precise once you've taken it off there. But I want to cut the rats out and actually have them as their own little entity. But hopefully the next time you see this Arista rat here, there's something about it I can't help but to rust and weather shit. I just think, judging by that, I mean, it looks so much more realistic. And I don't know if it's because it's dirty or because there's different color combos of black and brown and a rust color, and the tampos being faded and such. It just adds so much more to it. But the Arista rat's definitely next on the chopping block for that. I really don't have a bunch of shit. I tried to stretch this out so I could just make you guys a video and shoot the shit with you and such. But let me know what you think, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hope you guys haven't forgot about me or tired of seeing these rusty cars. But peace.